cleaning up our garden beds usually look something like this. Usually there's some thistle taken over, right next to some kale, and even some Egyptian walking onion. We got to clean this up with that. Now this may seem crazy, and it actually is crazy, and I don't advise anybody doing it, but there's one of the bull thistle plants. There's another one there. There's actually still remnants of another one there. Oh, and there's right here. But the way I think about it is we mulch this in the fall to help it, stay a good garden bed over the winter. Then in the spring, plants started coming up. We got creeping Charlie in here, some plantain. There's something like that, whatever that is. Then all this bull thistle, but all that, especially the bull thistle, it grows so strong and it's so hard to get rid of. We actually used it to bring in sugars into the soil and bring all the life in the soil up so that we can trim it down now before it gets too crazy. And it'll probably sprout back up and we can trim that before we plant out this bed in about 3 weeks. But just thinking about some of these things, like this kale, it has come back and now it's actually feeding the soil as well. We can just trim back some of this unsightly stuff. But it's not that plants are bad, it's just that plant was in the way. And I know a lot of people would actually try and rip that out, but I think we'll probably just, when we get to planting it, we'll actually just bring that knife back in and cut most of the mass away. And we'll just manage our beds like we normally would. Because we're trying to have this veggie bed be in the middle of all sorts of other life. We have other bed over there, another bed over there, and then we got some nursery stock and plants and trees and flowers. We have honeyberries. We have another raised garden bed. There's another honeyberry there. A maple tree growing up right out of the middle of everything. There's another one right there, actually. We want this to be a living, breathing, happy little community here. So this is a little bit of maintenance. It took that fancy knife, this fancy knife right there, and a glove. I don't know, more time to videotape than it did to cut all this. So that's just how we manage our gardens. And we manage it so that we minimize the amount of time that we're out here. We don't generally worry about weeds because we plant plugs or full plants into the garden beds, and we just mulch through with, usually with straw. So that covers the ground, less weeds come up throughout the year, and then we just look out for unsightly stuff. We just keep the glove and the handy tool near, and we just manage it as we go. But we spend a lot of time wandering around this food forest, so when we come by it really isn't but a few seconds just to manage the bed the way we want it to. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys are ready in your garden beds too. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye. Neko, what are you doing? Meow.